Good morning, my dear students. I am Muhammad Bahuddin, working as an assistant professor in ISL Engineering College, which is affiliated to the Usmania University in Hyderabad. So, today we are going to learn last problem on the spur gear. This problem is most important because 90 to 95% the such type of the problems is appear in the Usmania University board. So for that reason, please concentrate on this problem. Please don't skip the video. So if you skip the video, you will not get the concept clearly how to find out the value of Z1, Z2 and N1 and N2. Is it right? Please concentrate how to find out the value. Okay. So I will go for the problem number, last problem. Okay. The first of all, I will read the questions. The design a spur gear. We need to design the spur gear set to transmit the power. The power is given as 20 kilowatt, and the speed of rotations of the pinion is given as 900 rpm, and the transmission ratio is given as 3. So let us see over here. The power is represented by P equal to 20 kilowatt. So our intention is that we want to convert kilowatt to watt. Kilo means 1000. Is it right? 20 as it is. Kilo means 10 power of 3 we can represent instead of 1000. Watt as it is. Okay. Here 900 rpm of the pinion. The rotations of the pinion, how much is there? The speed of the pinion is given as 900 rpm. If you provide the power of 20 kilowatt, it will rotate at a speed of 900 rpm of the pinion. So N1 is equal to, our intention is there we want to convert this rpm into the rps. So for that reason we need to divide 900 by 60. If you divide the 60, it convert into the second. Clear? Minute to the second it convert. So if you divide 900 by 60, then you will get 15 rps. So this 15 rps, that is the speed of the pinion. So in this case what we need to find out, because here N1 is given, we need to find out the value of N2 we need to find out. Is it right? And the transmission ratio is given as how much? 3 is given. So is the transmission ratio, it is represented by I equal to 3. The first of all we need to find out the value of N2. With the help of speed of the gear, we are finding with the help of speed of the gear formula, or we can say that transmission ratio, we can say that I is equal to N1 by N2 here. So in this case N1 is given here, how much? 900 is given. N2 is unknown, keep as it is. I also given, instead of I you are to present as 3. Okay, after that you need to cross multiply here. N2 equal to this 900 by 3. If you divide 900 by 3, then you will get 300 rpm. If you want to convert in the rps, again you will divide by 60. 300 by 60 is equal to 5 rps. Clear? So we got the value of N1 and N2. After that, in the step number 1, in which we need to select the tooth profile, we need to select. So first of all, we need to assume the full depth involute profile for the good resistance as well as the good wearing property. For that reason, we need to consider always 20 degree. How much we need to consider here? We need to consider as 20 degree. Is it right? So step number 1 is completed. After that, we need to find out the number of teeth on the pinion as well as on the gear. So this means that we need to find out how many teeth is mounted on the pinion as well as how many teeth is mounted on the gear, we need to find out. So for that reason we need to find out the value of Z1 and Z2. So if you want to find out the value of Z1 and Z2, the first of all you need to refer the table number 12.4b from the design data handbook by the Mahadevan. Okay, page number 230. So first of all, we need to select the number of teeth on the pinion in order to avoid the interface of the 20-degree full depth involute. Clear? So Z1 is equal to how much we have to consider here? 18. So after that, with the help of transmission ratio, or we can say that transmission ratio, we can easily find out. Here I nothing but the transmission ratio is equal to the Z2 nothing but we can say that the number of teeth on the gear. What we can say here? Z2 nothing but the number of teeth on the gear. Z1 nothing but the number of teeth on the pinion. Clear? So I is already is given how much? 3 is given. Z2 is the number of teeth on the gear we need to find out. Keep as it is. Here Z1 is given, the number of teeth on the pinion is given. We can refer from the page number 12.4b, page number 230. So from that one we can taking as Z1 value is 18. If you are taking the 18, after that you cross multiply 18 into 3, then you will get the 54. So Z2 nothing but the number of teeth on the gear. The number of teeth on the gear, how much is there? 54. The number of teeth on the pinion, how much is there? 18. I hope so you understood. Okay. After that, what we need to find out? First of all, we need to find out the static strength of the pinion as well as the static strength of the gear we need to find out. For that reason, we have to go for step number 3. In the step number 3, in which we have to select the proper material for the pinion as well as for the gear. For that reason, you need to refer the table number 12.7, page number 234. Table number 12.7, page number 234. First of all, we need to select cast steel. Okay, 0.2% heated rated with the, so for whom we have to take the here, so for the cast steel we have to take for the static strength for the pinion. Okay, so pinion we have to consider sigma d1 is equal to 193.2 megapascal, and the beginner hardness is how much? 250 for the pinion, as well as for the gear we have to select the CI grade 20. We have to set for the gear. So this means that the static strength for the gear we have to consider as sigma d2 is equal to 47.1 megapascal we have to select. So the beginner hardness should be how much is there? 200 for the gear will be there. After that we have to go for step number 4. The step number 4, in which first of all you need to calculate the form factor. We need to calculate. If you want to form the form factor, we have the formula with the help of Levy's factor. So this y is indicate Levy's factor. Okay, y equal to 0.154 minus 0.912 by z1. Okay, so this one we have to consider from the equation number 12.5d and page number 204 from the design data handbook by Mahadevan. Okay, and actually the form factor we have the formula is y is equal to pi into y. So instead of here this y, we need to substitute this value. Clear? So let us see over here. I am taking this value from the equation 12.5b and page number 204. So form factor for the pinion we are taking here y1 equal to pi y1. So y1 as it is, pi as it is. Instead of y1 we have to represent this above value 0.154 minus 0.912 by z1. Clear? So this z1 nothing but the number of teeth on the pinion. Already we find how much from the table? 18 we got it. Is it fine? After that, if you divide this value as well as if you subtract this value, then after that you need to multiply with 3.142. If you multiply, then you will get the value of y1. The form factor value is 0.32463. Okay dear, after the getting, because we are finding the value of form factor for the pinion, the same procedure we need to find out the form factor for the gear. We need to find out the same formula we have to use. So instead of y1 we have to use as y2. Instead of small y1 we have to use small y2. The same formula we have to use. Instead of z1 we have to use here z2. That's it. Pi as it is, y2 nothing but 0.154 minus 0.912 by z2. Okay, so the number of teeth of the gear, already we find how much, 54 we got it. Okay dear, so if you are calculating this value with the help of calci, then you will get the answer of form factor should be how much, 0.43074. Clear? After the finding the form factor value, we need to find out the what is the strength of the gear as well as what is the strength of the pinion we need to find out. So for that reason, first of all you need to draw the table. So in the table you have to, first of all you have to write down the parameter in which pinion, another one is gear. So this number of teeth of it is represented by Z1. The number of teeth of the pinion we took from the table 18, because to avoid the full invalid tooth. Okay, for that reasons we are to consider here 18. So with the help of 18 we can easily find out the number of tooth parameter, how much we got. So number of teeth of the gear, how much we find here, 54. Remember the number of teeth of the pinion is how much is there, already you find in the above, is it right? So 18, the number of teeth of the gear, how much we got it here, let us see over here. So number of teeth of the pinion is how much is there, 18. The number of teeth of the gear, how much we got it here, 54. Just you need to substitute over here 18 and 54. So after that, allowable static stress we can say that. So it is represented by sigma d. So the static strength of the pinion, how much we got it here, sigma d1 we got as the 193.2, and the static strength of the gear, how much we got here, 47.1. Clear? So here who is having the less strength, because we understood that the static strength of the pinion is more than the static strength of the gear. For that reason we need to design on the gear who is having the less strength, on that one also we need to design. If the static strength of the gear is how much, lesser or more dear, the static strength of the gear is lesser than. For that reason we need to design on the gear, because the gear is lesser than, or gear is weaker than the pinion, we can say that. Okay, form factor already we have find y1 is equal to pi into y1. So with the form factor of the pinion, we how much we got it here, the form factor of the pinion we got 0.32463. Just substitute over here, and the form factor for the gear is how much we got here, 0.43074. After that we need to multiply here this allowable static stress into form factor, sigma d into y, 193.2 into 0.32463. If you multiply this value, then you will get the answer is 62.7185. After that, if you multiply 47.1 into 0.43074, then you will get the answer is 20.28. So after that we can understood that the static strength factor also here, the static strength factor of the pinion is greater than the static strength of the gear. So for that reason we need to design on the gear. So this is the stronger one and this is the weaker one. For that reason we need to design on the gear, because of gear is having the weaker than the pinion. After that, step number 6, we have to go for the step number 6. We need to design gear, we need to design over here. Clear here? So here the number of teeth, because we need to design on whom here, on the gear. For that reason we need to take the value of Z2. The number of teeth of the gear is how much is there, 54. Allowable static stress of the gear is sigma d2 is equal to how much is there, 47.1 megapascal. Okay, if you want to convert, 1 megapascal should be equal to how much, 1 Newton per mm square. Keep as it is only here. As well as N2 already we got the speed of the gear is 300 rpm, and the form factor value how much is there, 0.43074 you have to represent here. Okay, as well as if you want to convert the speed of the gear into the rps, then you can present here N2 is equal to 5 rps, and power also given for the both, P equal to for both pinion as well as gear, how much, P equal to 20 kilowatt, 20 into 10 power 3 watt, we can say that. After that, for first our intention is we need to find out the torque transmitted by the gear we need to find out. For that reason we have to use the formula is, for the power formula we have to use P equal to 2 pi N2 into T, clear, by 60 into 1000. So here power values how much is there, 20 into 10 power 3 equal to 2 into pi. So the speed of the gear is how much is there, 300 into torque as it is, because we need to find out the value of torque transmitted by the gear, we need to find out T, we need to find out by 60 into 1000. If you cross multiply here, 20 into number of 3 into 60 into 1000 equal to 2 into pi into 300 into 3. So if you divide this whole the value, then you will get the value of torque is how much, 63619.77 Newton mm. So after getting the value of moment of torque, we need to find out the value of module, we need to find out. So if you want to find out the value of module, we have the formula of module is m is equal to cube root of 2 into moment of torque by the static strength of the gear into CV velocity factor into load factor into form factor number of teeth of the gear, clear. So let us see over here. First of all, we need to find out the value of load factor. So K is equal to B by M is lesser than or equal to 10. We know very well. So always we know very well, already we solved in the previous problem also. The same concept we need to follow over here. 9.5 module is lesser than this width is lesser than 12.5 module. So you have to refer from this equation from the page number 205, and equation is 12.5 F. Is it right? So we need to take the number in such a way that it should be lies in between 9.5 to 12.5 mm. In between the number should be lies. For that reason we are took the value of load factor value is, we are considered here 10. Okay. So after that 3 as it is, 2 as it is. So moment of torque already we find how much, 63619.77, clear, by sigma d2 the static strength of the gear already we find how much, 47.1. CV we need to find out over here. So K already we find how much, 10 into, so y2 the form factor is 0.43074 of the gear already we find, and the number of teeth of the gear how much we find here, 54. So after that, so if you remove the cube root, it's make as a power is 1 by 3. If you remove the power is 1 by 3, it's make here m cube. So this value CV we need to multiply over here, as well as this whole the value we need to divide over here. If you divide the whole the value with the help of calci, then you will get the answer is 116.22, clear. So after that we need to find out the velocity factor value. We have the formula 3.05 by 3.05 plus V. So here in this case what we need to find out, we need to find out the value of V. So for that reason we have to go for velocity factor. We need to find out V is equal to pi d1 n1 by 1000 we need to find out. Okay, so here pi as it is, module as it is, the number of teeth of the pinion is how much is there, 18 into the speed of the pinion in RPS 15 by 1000. So if you are not using the RPS, then you have to multiply by 60 over here. If you divide the whole the value, then you will get the velocity value is 0.848 meter per second, clear. And then keep as it is over here, m cube. Okay, here 3.05. okay, so instead of V you have to put the value is 0.848 module. After that let us see over here this value 3.045, just you need to cross multiply over here. Okay, 116.22 by this value 3.05. This m cube as it is, and there are 3.05 plus 0.848 module, clear. Then this m cube, just you need to cross multiply over here 38.105 in bracket. You are present here 3.05 plus 0.848 module. Just you need to multiply this value 38.105 into 3.05, then you will get the answer is 116.22 plus 38.105 into 0.848, then you will get the answer is 32.313 module. Okay dear, then m cube as it is, this value if it is moved toward this side, So it is make as a negative. Instead of positive, it's make as negative toward the left side. Minus 32.313 module minus this, if it is moved toward this side, means minus 116.22 equal to 0. So it is the form of ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d equal to 0. So with the help of calculus, you can easily find out the value of module. Is it right? Here m cube as it is, because here m square is not there. So for that reason, you have to consider here 0 m square minus 32.313 module minus 116.22 equal to 0. With the help of calculus, you can easily find out the value of modulus. How much is there? 6.914. So 6.914 should be approximately equal to, we can say that 7 module. We got the value of modulus. How much? 7 module. After the finding the value of module, we need to find out the phase width. We need to find out. If you want to find out the phase width, we have to use the formula for the load factor. K is equal to phase width by module. Okay, so just you need to cross multiply over k into m equal to b equal to, so k, here the load factor how much we got here? 10. Module how much is there? 7. 10 into 7 should be how much? 70 mm. So this means that the phase width of this gear, how much is there? 70 mm is there. Is it right? Then after that, we need to find out the center distance between these two shafts, diameter of between the center distance between the two shafts. One is the pinion shaft, another one is the gear shaft. We need to find out the value of D1 and D2. Clear? So for that reason, we have to go for center distance formula. We have the formula is A is equal to D1 plus D2 by 2. So D1 nothing but the diameter of the pinion plus D2 nothing but diameter of the gear by 2. So instead of D1, we can use the formula is here Z1 into M, Z2 into M. We can use some from the page number 203 and equation is 12.3a. Clear? Then, so here Z1 plus Z2 by 2 into module. So Z1 nothing but the number of teeth of the pinion plus the number of teeth of the gear by 2 into module. So already we found the value of number of teeth of the pinion. How much is there? 18. The number of teeth of the gear is how much is there? 54 by 2 into the module value. How much we got here? 7. Is it right? If you divide this value as well as if you multiply this value, then you will get the center distance between the two shaft. Okay, is 2. How much is there? 252 mm. So instead of here, you can use the A as well as you can use the formula C equal to A equal to Z1 plus Z2 by 2 into module. We can use the formula. Is it right? I think so. No one confusion. Instead of A, you can use also C also. Is it right? The center distance between the shaft. After that, what we need to find out? So here our intention is that we need to find out the value of the velocity factor. We need to find out. Okay dear, so for that reason we have to use the formula of the velocity factor. CV is equal to 3.05 by 3.05 plus V. So we have the formula of module. So V is equal to how much we got here? 0.848 into module. 0.84 into module, how much is there? 7. If you multiply this one, then we will get the value of 5.936 meter per second, because this value already we find in the above. Is it right? So just you need to substitute over here 5.936. so if you divide this whole the value with the help of calculus, then you will get the value of the velocity factor is 0.3394. after getting the value of CV value, we need to find out the tangential force. We need to find out, because on this teeth the tangential force is acting, as well as the radial force also acting. Is it right? So we have the formula for the tangential force, because the force is acting tangentially on the surface of the teeth, on the surface of the teeth. So for that reason we have to use the tangential formula is sigma d2, the static strength of the gear into velocity factor into phase width into form factor into module. Clear? So we are designing based on the gear. Is it right? So for that reason sigma d2 value how much is there? The static strength of the gear is 47.1, and the form, or we can say that velocity factor value how much we got here just now, 0.3394 into phase width already we find how much, 70. The form factor value is how much is there, 0.43074, and module value is how much is there, 7. If you multiply with the help of calculus, then you will get the answer is 3379.96 newtons. Okay, because force we are, the unit of the force is Newton. After the finding of the Ftx, we need to find out the value of tangential forces acting. We need to find out. So we have to refer from the equation 12.8a, page number 206, 2 into mt by d2. So here, because we are designing based on the gear, so let us think about it. We are designing on the gear because the gear is weaker section. If it is the opinion is, if it is the weaker section, instead of here we can use here d1. Okay dear, but in this case the weaker section is gear is there. For that reason we are taking the value here d2. 2 mt, the moment of torque, how much we got here, 636619.77 by d2, diameter of the gear is 378. If you divide the whole the value, then you will get the answer is how much, 3368.35. so here d2, if you want to find it here, d2 is equal to m into z2, or we can say that m is equal to d2 by z2. We can represent over here. So d2 as it is, module value is how much is there, 7, and z2 nothing but the number of teeth of the gear is how much is there, 54. If you multiply 7 into 54, then you will get the 78. You can set it over here. Okay, after that, how much power is developed due to the tangential load, we need to find out. Okay, for the design is safe or unsafe. For purpose we need to check it over here, because we know very well in the question the power is given as 20 kilowatt. If it is, whatever we are getting, the answer should be greater than the whatever the value is given in the question. If it is given, then we can say that the condition is satisfied. So the power developed due to the tangential load, we have the formula is P kilowatt equal to tangential force into linear velocity by 1000 into CS value. Okay, so here for the 8 to 10 hour per day study load, we have to consider here, in which you have refer the table number 12.8, page number 235 from the design handbook. CS value you have to consider over here 1. So tangential force, how much we got here, 3368.35. okay, then here in the last problem, this Ftx, so here you have to present here Ftx here, how much, 3379.96 into V, 5.936 by 1000 into CS values, how much is there, 1. If you divide the whole the value, then you will get the answer is the power developed due to the tangential load. The power developed due to the tangential load, how much we got here, 20.063 kilowatt. It should be greater than the 20 kilowatt. So for that reason we can say that whatever we are getting, the answer should be greater than the 20 kilowatt. So for that reason we can say that our design is safe for the tangential load. Clear? After that we need to find out the dynamic load. We need to find out. If you want to find out the dynamic load, then you have to go for, first of all, check it which type of the material we are using for the pinion as well as for the gear. For the pinion we are using the cast steel, 0.2% of carbon heated treated we can using. For the gear material we are using the cast iron grade 20 we are using. Is it right? As well as, let us see over here, for the error for the class 3rd precision purpose, we are using the table number 12.3, page number 236 to 37. For the corresponding module is even already we find, module 7 is there, and this error, how much we got here, 0.186 mm we got it. Is it right? After that, for the error for the cast steel is how much is there, 0.01 is there. For dynamic factor for the cast steel pinion is how much is there, 0.0186 mm. Okay dear. C1 is 78.6 Newton per mm square. We are refer from the table number 12.12, page number 236 from the design handbook by the Mahadevan. After that, the error for the cast iron for the gear E2 is how much we are taking here. Instead of 0.01 we are taking here 0.02. So dynamic factor value for the cast iron gear we are using for the error is 0.02 also. For C2 is how much, 157.3 Newton per mm square from the table number 12.12, page number 236. So let us see this figure over here. here I am representing here 78.6 Newton per mm square for the dynamic factor for the cast steel of a pinion. Okay, and the error for the cast steel is given here 0.01 for the pinion, for this pinion, and this is for the gear. Okay, so the error factor for the cast steel gear is how much is there? 0.02. As does the dynamic factor for the gear, or how much is given? C2 value is given here 157.3 Newton per mm square. Is it right? Newton per mm. So here, if you lies the center point, because in which the center point we are taking here, so 0.0186 x value. Then how to take this value, how to calculate, that is the most important. Please concentrate over here. This 157.3 minus 78.6. This above value 157.3 and minus 78.6. Again this bottom value 0.02 minus 0.01. 0.02 minus 0.01 equal to this value x by 0.0186 minus pinion value minus 0.01. So if you calculate with the help of calci, then you will get the value of x is 67.68 Newton per mm. After the finding this one, we need to find out the dynamic factor value. C is equal to 7 plus x. C1 for pinion is 78.6 plus x variable, how much we got? 67.682. If you add this value, 146.282 Newton per mm. After that, we need to find out for the dynamic load, we need to find out, or we can say as dynamic force, we can say that. Okay, so dynamic load equal to tangential force plus K3, nothing but the load factor into linear velocity into, we can say that dynamic factor into phase width plus tangential factor by, we can say that the load factor into the linear velocity plus C into B plus tangential force. So you have to refer from the page number 12.12 page, from the equation is equation is 12.12, page number is 207. You have to refer this from the designer handbook by Mahadevan. Just you to substitute the value of tangential force, how much we got it here? 3368.36 plus K3, the load factor value, how much we got it over here? 20.67 into V, linear velocity is 5.95. Okay, C, how much is that? 146.282 into phase width is 70 plus tangential force is how much is that? 3368.35. Same substitute over here. After that, you need to calculate with the help of calci, then you will get the value of dynamic load is how much is that? 10352.213 Newton. After the finding of dynamic load, we need to find out the VL load. We need to find out. If you want to find out the VL load, then we have to go to the formula. VL load equal to D1 into B into Q into K. Clear? So we have the formula Q is equal to 2Z2 by Z1 plus Z2. So 2 into the number of teeth of the gear is 54, the number of teeth of the pinion is 18, the number of teeth of the gear is 54. If you divide this value, then you will get the answer is Q is equal to how much is there? 1.5. After that, D1 we need to find out for the module diameter of the pinion. D1 is equal to M, nothing but module, Z1 nothing but number of teeth of the gear. M is how much is there? 7 into Z1 how much is there? 18. Just into multiply 7 into 18, you will be get the answer is 126 mm. Clear here? After that, we know very well, so K, we have to consider here 1.334. For the pinion is made of the cast steel. For the pinion hardness number, we have to consider here 250. Hence the value of K for the 220, K for 20 degree invalid profile is given here 1.344 over here in this problem. So here D1 value, just need to substitute over here. D1 nothing but 126 into B, how much is there? 70. Okay, and Q value is how much we got here? 1.5. and Q how much is there? Q value is 1.344. If you are multiply with the help of calci, then you will get the value of, okay, so how much you're getting here? The VL load value is 17781.12 newtons. Okay dear, after the getting the VL load, or we can say as VL force, after that you need to draw this table. That is the most important. Based on this table only you will get the full marks. Okay, that is the end of this problem. The parameter, pinion and gear. First you have to write down the addendum, dedendum, tooth thickness, pitch diameter, outer diameter. So addendum nothing but we have the formula of module is how much is the 7 mm for the pinion as well as for the gear. If you want to find out for the dedendum, we have the 1.25 module is equal to 1.25 as it is, module formula is 7. So this table you can refer from the page number of 229 and table number is 12.3, designed handbook by Mahadevan. Okay, so dedendum value is 1.25 module. So 1.25 module is how much is there? 7. If you multiply, then you will get the answer is 8.75 mm. Okay, again the same here, over here also 1.25 module, then you will get the answer is 8.75 module for the gear. Again we need to find out the tooth thickness for the pinion as well as the tooth thickness for the gear we need to find out. So 1.5708 module, 1.5708 module, how much is there? 7. If you multiply, then you will get the 11 mm tooth thickness. Again for the gear, the tooth thickness we need to find it for the gear, 1.5078 into module is 7, then you will get the tooth thickness of the gear also 11 mm. After that, pitch diameter we need to find out. So the number of teeth of the pinion into module. So Z1 is how much is there is 126. Module how much is there? 7. Then if you multiply, then you will get the answer is of the pinion is 126. So Z2 into m, if you multiply, then you will get the pitch diameter of the gear is 378 mm. After that, we need to find out the outer diameter, Z1 plus 2 into module. So if you substitute the value, then you will get the pinion outer diameter is 140 mm. Again you need to find out the outer diameter of the gear is Z2 plus 2 into module. If you substitute the value over here, then you will get the answer is 392 mm for the outer diameter of the gear. I hope so no one is having the doubt up to this problem. If you have the small doubt also, you can write in the comment box, and please dear like, subscribe my channel. Okay dear, thank you.